Hail Internet, it's Paul, it's Matt, the Dork Lords. Today, we're talking about the first two episodes of Alien Earth. The episode's entitled Neverland and Mr. October. We open with text informing us that in the future, the race for immortality will come in three guises: cybernetically enhanced humans, aka cyborgs, artificially sentient beings, aka synths, and synthetic beings downloaded with human consciousness, aka hybrids. We're going to spend a lot of time with that group.
Yeah, I would argue that the second option doesn't really seem to include humans.
Correct. I think our Kirsch falls into that category, but yes, okay. We are told that the year is 2120. A spaceship is returning to Earth after its 65-year mission collecting alien specimens, which includes the xenomorphs synonymous with the franchise. Just to place this in the timeline of the canon, this takes 2 years before Alien, the original Alien.
Yeah.
16 years after Alien Covenant. The ship has been collecting specimens for the Weyland-Yutani Corporation, one of the 5 corporations controlling the Earth. Through a series of unfortunate events, a different franchise, but okay, the ship crash lands in New Siam, a region controlled by the Prodigy Corporation. Hijinks ensue. We end with the hybrid Wendy, seemingly the protagonist of the series, revealing herself to her human brother Hermit, who had been told his sister was dead, when in fact her consciousness had been uploaded into a synthetic body, a la a hybrid. Wendy, Hermit, and some other hybrids are investigating some currently unhatched xenomorph eggs. Never a good idea. Wendy can hear the entities in the eggs with her superpowered senses. An adult xenomorph arrives, drags Hermit away. Wendy gives chase. Credits. Now, I have only watched the first 2 episodes. I'm thinking you've watched probably, because at this point we're up to episode 4, technically.
Yes.
Have you watched the first 4? You've watched the first 4, yeah?
Correct.
Okay. I've only watched the first 2. So with that in mind, Paul.
Yes.
What did you think of the first 2 episodes of Alien Earth?
So I quite liked them.
Okay.
I was pleased. It's funny. I will let everyone know that I insisted. No, I.
You talked me into horror, Paul.
That's right. I strongly
I'm not
encouraged
cut out for
this
horror.
show instead of a guy in tidy whities. Although it was fine last year, but anyway.
Yeah, it was good. First season was good.
I quite like the story that it was telling. I like Wendy. I'm very curious about. She seems definitely affected by being in the synthetic body, and the part of her that remains human is the part that is interested in her brother, and still wants to connect with him. That for me was the core, and I liked how that story played out. But there's a whole host of other interesting characters. It
does introduce a host.
Evil guy that you just love to hate him.
Yeah, Morrow is a cyborg. He's in the cyborg category. Cyborg security officer. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you're a human who sacrificed elements of his humanity in order to be a part of a machine, a part of a corporation, I should say. The boy genius Boy Cavalier there, he's very interesting.
I assume you're a Peter Pan stand-in in a way?
Guy
sure. Who wants immortality, never wants to get old, kind of thing?
Yeah, clearly he wants that since, he wants everybody to be named after characters from Peter Pan. So
correct.
He doesn't shy away from that. I like so many of the characters, and of course, Timothy Oliphant, who you would think might be like, hey, why aren't I the star of this? Is like, or I'll just take a really good character, Kirsch, and be satisfied with that. So I think it's a rich world. I have heard it said, and I believe it's probably true, that the maker of the show, Noah Hawley, I still want to get to Fargo, which he adapted from the Coen brothers. But apparently in Fargo, he takes elements not just from Fargo, but from many of the Coen brothers movies. And people have said that is what Noah Hawley is doing with this, where he takes not just from Alien, but from Blade Runner, which of course is Ridley Scott. So Ridley Scott.
Let's face it, Kirsch.
Yes.
It's like a stand-in for Roy Batty, right?
Yes.
I mean, like he does feel a lot like that character. So,
Okay. So it's an interesting lens to see this show from, and I like that whole concept where it's like, if we're gonna mix and match, let's do that. Let's see the people who made it before and see what their influences were, and continue to grow on that.
And if I'm not mistaken, Noah Hawley was a big reason why you were particularly interested in this series. And of course, we covered Legion, which was his series. Anyway, a fantastic series. Maybe the best of the Marvel-based TV shows. Inventive, creative, all the things you want in a show about superpowered folks. And so we've got a little bit of that here as well.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, it's funny. While I did enjoy watching Legion as it went, I haven't gone back to Legion. In fact, I probably rewatched episodes of Alien Earth more than I rewatched episodes of Legion.
It's been a while, but my memory of it was in the final season. I think if we went back and watched our recaps, I think we were a little unhappy or dissatisfied with the way it was by resolving itself.
Yeah.
So I don't think it stuck the landing.
I think partly because by necessity, I think the main character had to be ultimately unsympathetic, and then
Yep.
And spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen Legion, but basically it was all a dream. It all time, it basically timesy-wimesy negated everything in this show.
I just called it the best Marvel series. But it's very good up until then.
I was very inclined to want to debate you on that.
Okay, fair enough.
It's funny because I think I may have, when we talked about perhaps a different topic, I was discussing how I thought that the Alien sort of universe was a difficult one to do, but the way that they once I heard that they were doing androids in this way with doing it the Westworld way, let's put a mind into the body of or what's the other show, that Netflix show that we watched where people's
Altered Carbon?
Yep, Altered Carbon.
Yeah.
This feels more substance than that. I think it handles the drama better, but still the idea of it, is what is the nature of humanity?
In other words, are these hybrids really making humans immortal?
Yeah.
I mean, because essentially they're computers with people's memories.
Right.
So maybe that's all human beings are, but it's questioning like what it is. Is Wendy actually a continuation of the little girl who died to create Wendy, or is she just a memory essentially of this individual?
Anyway. But I feel like I've talked quite a lot. So what do you think, sir?
The world building is phenomenal, considering we got two episodes.
Yeah.
Less than 2 hours. They do a lot in an hour and a half, essentially. Wow. And also the look of it is very reminiscent of, so this happening 2 years before Alien. Mm-hmm. It has the sense, like the sets, the feel of it feels very much in time with that movie. So you could see the special attention to detail in terms of like, let's have the look and feel of this fit into the Alien universe. It's interesting, on the Earth side, you've got these 5 corporations. And then we're kind of mainly dealing with 2 of them. We're dealing with the Wayland folks and Boy Cavalier. But you've got these different types of humans, right? So you've got the synths, you got the cyborgs, you got the hybrids. And then in the outer space world, the spaceship crashing literally to Earth.
Yes.
You've got not just xenomorphs. They've got multiple specimens they've
Yes.
acquired.
Yes.
And so, I mean, I've got an octopus-like creature, which is
Yes.
the creepiest to me of all of them.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
God
yeah.
bless it.
Yeah.
Oh, you got me, Paul. Okay.
Okay.
There's the plant tentacle creature, which could get me soon, but it just at the moment it was just hanging upside down. I'm like, just stay away from it. You've got
You might want to try to be nice to it, just to like maybe that'll encourage it not to try to outdo
Correct.
the octopus eye.
Right. You've got the cousin of the leech. We got leech creature that just drains people their blood. That was pretty terrible as well.
Yep.
And then you've got your face hugger and your adult xenomorph, and maybe another one or two as well. So anyway, but so it's a menagerie. They brought in a zoo.
Yes.
So it's not just xenomorphs. With this world, we're featuring hybrids in this show, and we get this sense that, or we hear that Boy Cavalier talks about wanting to have a conversation with someone smarter than himself.
Yes.
I think this show is setting us up for like an alien mind in a synthetic human body. Probably not a xenomorph mind. I don't know. Kill all, but whatever. Some kind of one of these, maybe octopus, maybe octopus brain in synthetic body, something like that. But conversely, and maybe more likely, I think they create a synth, which we're told is an artificially intelligent being, out of a xenomorph. So you get a highly intelligent xenomorph.
Interesting.
That's, kind of a Jurassic Park, essentially, kind of scenario.
Sure.
So I don't know. That's where I think this might be headed.
Okay.
You just got this world where, hey, we can create hybrids out of things. And we just happen to get these 5 new species. I'm like, okay, maybe there's a little tinkering that's going to happen in that way. Boy Cavalier, I don't think I'm crazy to say, is a representation of like modern day billionaire tech bros.
Oh, of course, sure.
And I'm reminded especially of Peter Thiel.
Oh, sure.
So Peter Thiel, he's the Palantir Technologies billionaire, which, whatever. Way to misunderstand a Tolkien reference, but okay, I'm not going to, that's a side issue, Paul.
It's like, I wonder when it started to go bad for him and Matt. I wonder.
That's right.
What?
So he was asked in a recent interview about something about whether humanity can survive. Mm-hmm. And this was part of his response, which I think is like on the nose, like Boy Cavalier's mantra, essentially. So he says, a number of people deeply involved in artificial intelligence see AI as a mechanism for transhumanism, for transcendence of our mortal flesh, and either some kind of creation of a successor species or some kind of merger of mind and machine. Okay, are you in the show? Is that what this is? So that seems to be kind of where we're landing with our tech folks.
Sure.
It's set up a really interesting dynamic. You have many conflicting loyalties. I'm trying to figure out. Is Kirsch is an odd entity. He's this synth and he's mentoring the hybrids.
Yes. There's
an interesting dialogue right off the bat, which I assume is kind of like hey, here's the mission statement for the show.
Sure.
He has a dialogue with Wendy about whether or not to kill a scorpion. And so I wrote the lines down. So Kirsch says, what do you think we should do with it? And she says, squash it so it doesn't sting you. Actually, this is Marcy's. This is becoming Wendy. Kirsch then says, what if, while I'm squashing it, another scorpion stings me to protect its friend, the same way you're trying to protect me? Marcy says, it scares me. Kirsch says, think of how the scorpion must feel, trapped under glass, menaced by giants. And then ultimately they decide not to kill the scorpion.
Yes.
So I feel like if you make the scorpion in that context, say our alien or xenomorph or something, I feel like ultimately seems like Kirsch is going to have sympathy for the xenomorph, maybe to the detriment of others.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that might be a little redundant since Smee is going sorry, not Smee. I mean, Morrow is going to continue in the show.
Right.
So
and it does seem on the nose, too on the nose for a synth to betray the group. We've gotten that a few times now in the Alien franchise.
Yes.
So I don't think that's the way Hawley's going to be like, he just out and out is like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
But here's where I could see possibly it coming to the fray. maybe because he's now mentoring these hybrids, and he perhaps feels more of an affinity for the hybrids than for humanity. Maybe I could imagine he gets a command from Boy Cavalier that might be like, scrap the project, or something that would endanger the hybrids unnecessarily, and maybe he goes against that order to save the hybrids, and maybe ultimately killing Boy Cavalier. But I don't know if that goes that far. But just something that's like, oh, that's kind of adverse to humanity's interests, but you're doing it in order to save these hybrids. Maybe that's where that might come out.
A little early there, but
you're right. Morrow, if I were to put in the Peter Pan context, he has the fake arm. Captain Hook, perhaps.
Sure.
We're supposedly going to get a flashback, I saw, to fill in the events of the pre-crash of the ship in episode 5. Now, for what we know now, what we saw in episode 1, they had the specimens contained on the ship, though some crew members were advocating jettisoning the specimens. Morrow is like pathologically committed to getting these specimens back to Wayland Yutani. Like, everything, nothing else matters. It looks like someone probably got the chest burster treatment, but then there's this adult xenomorph just running around killing everyone. Morrow is so calm and in control during the crash, kind of all the time. Doesn't show fear. It probably due to his cyborg components. But I wonder if we're going to get a reveal, maybe in episode 5 with this flashback, that maybe the crew was on the verge of mutinying. They were kind of going that direction in what we saw. He's like, do I have to confine you to quarters? Kind of thing. Maybe they're on the verge of mutinying. Morrow woke up the adult xenomorph knowing it would kill the crew. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just wondering if he seems like, it kind of almost felt like part of the plan. Like, oh, yep, the xenomorph's going to kill everyone. I'll make sure I lock it away. Oh, okay, I'll send the message off to Wayland and, prepare for a crash. So I'm just wondering if maybe that was his response to a mutiny of the crew.
Yeah,
I mean, he's technically not the captain. He's
It'll be
security
interesting for me to
officer,
see what you think once you see 3 and 4.
Oh, okay.
There's some elements that might be true of what you're saying, but maybe not.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just throwing. These are wild speculation, Paul. This is a theory crafting style show.
Sure. No, it is.
To continue the Peter Pan analogy, the xenomorph would be the crocodile, right? I mean, probably.
I see what you're saying.
Nature doing its thing. But I'll notice this. Very important character from the Peter Pan story that we're not seeing yet, or maybe we have in episodes 3 and 4, would be Tinkerbell. Jealous of Wendy, ultimately betrays the group. So I feel like there's a traitor in the midst of all these characters. There's so many characters, I can't imagine they're all on the same page. So someone's gonna betray. Okay, there you go. It does seem a little crazy to bring our Lost Boys on this mission. I mean, I get it from Boy Cavalier's standpoint. Like, hey, let's test out our new experiments. But they all have the emotions of little kids.
Yes.
And they're encased in the bodies of entities that can do enormous damage.
Yes.
Kill people really without even meaning to.
Yes.
It seems like a bad idea. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Crypto. Like, Crypto is incredibly strong and powerful in the movie, and it just runs around jumping on people. You're like, you're gonna kill someone. Stop it. Anyway, so just the idea of like, I'm a little kid, but I can also wrench your arm off. Oh, I'm scared. Okay. Oh boy. So just like, wow. Okay. That's a dangerous mix, but that's what a show is.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting how you sometimes see how a show gives itself constraints, and sometimes you see the constraints and you think, you're just doing that so you have a show. Like, oh, let's have the people in these bodies be kids. You can sort of see that as, so you can have them be more emotional and be more volatile, eh? Oh, one thing that Boy Cavalier says, and you can certainly see that as an aspect of his wealth, and, but there certainly is, wouldn't be the first example of someone who was young who accomplished a lot early, but also says a lot about, the structure of society today, that it's not such a leap to think of companies taking over for governments. But the fact that he says Now I'm trying to think. Does he say that in a later episode?
Oh,
he does.
whoops.
I think he does talk about,
okay, well.
adolescence and how boys or boy geniuses think like kids or whatever. So maybe that's to come, but that's certainly something that he said. For me, it's interesting the fact that he's showing. Look at this! Look at this little magic trick I can do. It's Peter Pan showing up here, and I'm gonna, your name Wendy, and the other characters are from the books as well. The names their way, and it's interesting how how people just accept, like, okay, well, if you want to live and not die of cancer, you will divorce yourself of your family. And, that's it. You can't go back, and that's all there is to it.
Right.
It's just a sort of interesting thing.
And of course, Wendy gets obsessed with keeping track of her brother.
Yes.
Who is still a human.
Yes.
We see her start employing some rather special powers. She can hack into systems.
Yes.
She can absorb information quite well.
Yeah. But, she's very fast and has strength. She pushes that thing, the door aside.
But I also appreciated that they went ahead and got that scene, I won't say out of the way, but I was wondering, is she going to hide from him that she's his sister, in terms of her, or will they just go ahead and have this moment where it was like they had the moment. I'm like, oh, thank you, because I would be annoying if episode 8 and he's still like, who are you? You know a lot about my sister.
Humorous moments were slightly. She's like, oh, this is a secret. Oh, I'm just going to tell this guy over here. It's a secret.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That was pretty
well,
good.
You didn't tell.
I said the word secret.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was good. And I liked the actor playing Hermit. I thought he did a good job. How is he still alive? Oh, my God. He is the luckiest individual.
Yeah. Well, making up for his lack of luck in Andor. So there you go.
Oh, great points. Okay, I was like, where have I seen that face before? Okay.
Oh, I thought you. Okay, I'm surprised.
No, I didn't remember. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're just used to hearing his voice,
encouraging
you to rebel.
I've listened to that monologue a few different times. It's very, very good stuff. So okay, good on him. But yeah, he encounters a xenomorph like, I don't know, 3 times, even in this episode, in these 2 episodes, and he survives. I assume.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe he died. Maybe at the end of this episode too, but I doubt it. Anyway, so that's good. He's a very engaging character as well.
Yes,
and it's interesting too that they had him like he was going to quit, and she forbids him from quitting. So it gives her extra reason to try to keep him alive. And like, I feel responsible for these choices.
You are responsible.
You are, exactly. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of characters in the air. There's a lot of plot elements, but it's very competently done.
Once we catch up to where we are, we can focus more on individual episodes.
Okay. Yeah. That's the idea here. I was away visiting my family, and so we're a little behind on this, but we're going to catch up.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably end up doing maybe 3 and 4 together. And
thankfully now Matt has had to forswear his family, so now we don't have to worry about them anymore. Yeah.
So we'll be back talking about episodes 3 and 4. And we're also getting near the end of the season for Strange New Worlds. So we'll be covering
3 more for us to cover.
Indeed. And then I'm also, I think, jumping back in and doing a live stream again for arguably, in my opinion, the best chapter in The Lord of the Rings, the Bridge, Khazad-dûm. We're going to be doing that. At the moment, we're doing it on Monday, September 8th. At 4:00 Central, so I'll send up a post.
Thankfully, the bar for me that sets is still low. So,
good. Okay, perfect. Clearing the bar there, Paul. Okay, well, thank you as always, Paul. Appreciate it, good sir.
No problem.
And we'll talk to everybody next time. Bye.